So this story starts back in high school when I was a young Jeej. Now I was far from popular as I was a fat kid who loved anime, video games, reading, and had yet to master the art of socializing with girls. So of course I had my fair share of bullies. Nowadays, like anime or nerdy stuff is cool, but back then it was social suicide. Let it be known that you like Game of Thrones and you find yourself taking your book crush with you as your prom date. You like anime, be prepared to be made fun of because you still watch cartoons, and you know cartoons are for kids. Except for Dragon Ball Z. For some reason, Dragon Ball Z was the only exception. I guess everybody was down with Goku. Another thing you couldn't get away with in high school during that time was wearing anything that wasn't name brand. I don't know how it is now, but when I was in high school, if you wore anything that was off-brand, it was like an open invitation to get humiliated. Take lugs. I think they made quality, durable footwear. But at the time, everyone considered them to be the poor man's Timberlands, and would roast you for wearing it. I swear, if half the students in that school focused on their studies as much as they did on sniffing out genuine name brand clothing, almost none of them would have had to pay for college because they would have gotten a full ride based on academics. Pun intended. But what does that have to do with blowing it with the hottest girl in class? Shh, my dear viewer. It's relevant. Unlike those shacks you're wearing. Ooh, boy, I'm about to get you. While I didn't have the money to run with the big brands like Nike, Coogee, and Aeropostale, I wasn't shabby either. Shout out to K-Swiss, Fila, and Adidas for being relevant enough to keep the brand hounds at bay, but being inexpensive enough at the time not to burn a hole through my wallet. However, the brand that is the catalyst to this whole story is Bathing Apes, or Bapes for short. Now, Bathing Ape is a Japanese clothing brand made more widely known in America by rappers such as Kanye West, and more specifically Soulja Boy, who made a song about it called I Got Me Some Bathing Apes, which came out in 2007. The thing me and Soulja Boy had in common was that I had managed to get me some bathing apes too. I had entered my junior year with a fair sum of money left over from my summer job after Soulja Boy had dropped the track. I was also taking Japanese that year, so my love of the culture was at an all-time high. Naturally, the jump to copping some bathing ape shoes was a no-brainer. Here's the formula I was operating on. Me plus name brand plus famous rapper equals instant popularity. And the formula worked. After buying 2 pairs of bathing apes that cost me $180, I got my popularity. Now, was this a wise investment? Definitely not. I could have gotten much more. I could have gotten at least 4 pairs of Converse or a bunch of video games for something more worthwhile. But random people were stopping me in the hall to check those bad girls out. People were giving me compliments on how nice they were. Girls that wouldn't give me the time of day would talk to me to ask me where or how I got them. The clout lasted for about 2 weeks, but it was more than I had got it for a long time. Okay, but that still doesn't tell me how you blew it with the hottest girl in class. Admit it, the title was clickbait, wasn't it?
No, just wait. Hold your horses. I'm coming to that.
Now, not everyone was enjoying the love I was getting. After all, they were just shoes, and I know clothes definitely don't make the person.
But they do help you play the role.
This period in my life was the TV show Friends. I updated from a Ross to a Rachel. Yes, I know I'm a dude, but I'm secure enough in my masculinity to use that analogy. Rachel was that thing. Anyway, as I said, there were some people that did not like the attention I was getting. More specifically, a dude we'll call Gary. And like Gary Oak from Pokemon, he had girls and was popular. He was a short, arrogant dude with a baby face that turned all the girls' eyes into heart emojis. Me and Gary had chemistry class together. And like Gary Oak, he did not like to share the spotlight. When I showed up to class one day, and people started giving me attention, he decided he was going to flex on me like he had all 8 badges. So in between the double period break I had during chemistry class, I'm sitting in the back with the guys, gorging on compliments, even though I wasn't wearing the babes that day. Gary comes up to me and says something like, "Hey Jeej, is that pair of babes the number of girls you don't have?" Dang, Gary's a savage, bro. Yo, dog, you gonna let him talk to you like that? Fam, he's coming at your life. He said you have no game. The same people that not 2 seconds ago were hyping me up started instigating. These dudes ain't loyal, man. I responded with something smart like, "I've got girls." Yeah, real smart, but cut me a break, man. Gary had caught me off guard. Generally, I got along fine with him. I wasn't a popular kid. However, people didn't know of me. I was in a position where I could usually talk to the popular kids and not get roasted, but just as well fit in with the nerdy kids that like anime and video games rather than sports. So anyway, after I responded with my super sharp "I've got girls" comment, I see Gary smile. A smile that told me he had laid a trap card face down. Bro, you got no girls, and there are no babes on the planet that can help you pull them. As I stated before, I wasn't popular. Neither did I hit the genetic lottery when it came to looks, but I was gifted with enough brains to see Gary was backing me into a corner. Unfortunately, 16-year-old Jeej, who felt that everything in high school mattered, would not let his pride die in order to avoid activating the trap, so I kept going. I earned this little bit of clout, and there was no way I was going to let Gary take it from me, not without a fight, so I respond with, "That may be the case for you, Gary, but not for me. I can get any girl I want." That was when the countdown to devastating social humiliation started. I had put a ring on this path of commitment and only death was going to part us. Gary's smile got wider and he activated his strap card. He looks towards the front of the class where all the girls sit and then says, "Oh yeah? Get her number then." I follow his line of vision and then I stare at him for about 5 seconds, like I didn't know who he was talking about. Now as I said, I had committed to my reckless path, but as I stared at Gary, my eyes were screaming, "Come on, bro, why can't you let me have this clout, bro? I thought we were cool. Please, man, I'll make it up to you, just chill." I tried to play dumb again in order to delay the inevitable and asked, "Who are you talking about?" "I'm talking about Bianca. You said you can get any girl you want, right? So get her number." So a little context about our chemistry class. Our teacher was a creepy sexist male who hated all the guys and tried to flirt with all the high school girls in our class. Like, I kid you not, if you had stepped into the classroom immediately after the bell rang and you were a guy, he would give you detention. However, if any one of the girls came in late, no matter what the time, he would be sympathetic and tell them to just take a seat and not worry about it. Dude was essentially Severus Snape, only the Slytherins were the female students and the males were the Gryffindors. He's only relevant to this story because he put all the girls in the front and made the dudes sit in the back. Bianca is the girl this entire video is based around. She was the hottest girl in our chemistry class. Like Gary, she had hit the genetic lottery. She was a Latina girl with honey brown eyes, smooth olive tone skin,
And perfect pink lips.
Along with being gorgeous, she was one of the smartest, if not the smartest student in the class. She was a dime, a perfect 10. Meanwhile, there's me, a penny, trying to become a dime by wearing babes, but only succeeding in becoming a nickel for 2 weeks. I understand that leagues don't matter. I've seen dudes and girls with significant others that society says should be out of their league. You can have a beautiful face and a smoking body, but a horrible personality. As I've gotten older, I've learned that usually the trick to breaking down these league barriers is confidence. If you have confidence when approaching someone you're interested in, it usually tips the odds in your favor. At the time, because I lacked confidence, I thought I would have to be at least a 7 just to say hi to her. Gary had really got me. No matter what I did, I would suffer. If I went to ask Bianca for her number, she would roast me to cinders in front of everyone and the whole school learned of it. On the other hand, if I chickened out, I would lose all the clout I had gathered over the last few weeks, and Gary would always have a way to put me down. As I said, I was locked in. There was no way of me getting out of this without being socially destroyed. You would think I would go with the lesser of two evils, right? Lose the popularity, get dogged like Gary for a few weeks, and lay low until he forgot. Nope. I refused. I approached Bianca. Instead of running away, I came right at her. My palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms were heavy. Eminem was in the corner eating mom's spaghetti. Well, he wasn't there, but Lose Yourself should have been playing in the background because I was hella nervous. Hey Bianca, you got a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
Mr. Snape's covalent bonds test is coming up. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I've been studying since he announced it. It's supposed to be one of the hardest tests this year.
Really? I don't really get this stuff. But you're really good at chemistry. You think you could help me study? The oven was now preheated. I was seasoned and ready to be roasted into oblivion. However, instead of getting a curvature of the earth level rejection...
Yeah, no problem. When did you want to study?
It's not a no. It's not a no. We need a response. It's all or nothing. Go for broke. I'm not sure yet. Can I get your number so I can call you and give you a date?
Oh? Okay, 1 minute.
She picks up a pen, writes down her number on a piece of paper, and hands it to me.
You know that scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where the FBI is closing in on Jordan?
And he's giving his farewell speech and then he changes his mind? That was me after I got Bianca's number and walked up to Gary and the guys. I'm not giving it up. I'm not giving it up. I'm not freaking giving it up. This is my club. They're gonna need a freaking wrecking ball to take it from me. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard or the freaking SWAT team because I'm not giving it up. Screw Gary. Man, I was that dude. At that moment, no one could touch me. I had it all. Rebecca's number, clout, and... Stand power! Well, I didn't have stand power, but after that incident, Gary never tried me again. Now there was only one question left to ask her.
You is, I is, you ain't my baby. Maybe baby's found somebody new. But they don't my
That
baby
doesn't
is
count.
still my.
What do you mean? I mean, yeah, you got her number, but you did it under a pretense. So it doesn't really count. Wait, they're not wrong. Fine. It's true, yes, I did ask for Bianca's number under the pretense of studying. She could have given it to me with the understanding that we were just going to study. You are right, viewer. However, I'd like to add some more context. I had never interacted with Bianca until that point by my own will. As I said before, I wasn't popular, and there were many times I had been made the butt of a joke in front of her. Coupled with the fact that I had no confidence and body issues was more than enough to make her stay away from me. On a more subjective note, I feel girls have a sixth sense for detecting hidden motives. I think Bianca knew that I didn't ask for her number to study. I think she knew I liked her. It could have been she was willing to give me a chance. However, I'll never know because I blew it. Finally! Yeah, well this is what happened. After class, I put her number in my singular Sony Ericsson Z5000A flip phone and bragged to my friends that I had got her number, because of course I was immature. Then I went home after school and didn't call her to follow up. You mean you didn't call her that night, right? No, I didn't call her at all. Are you serious? After all the time you made us watch this video? And suffer through all those terrible, terrible jokes and memes? After all that, why would you not call her? Let me quote a little Frederick. But the worst enemy you can meet will always be yourself. You lie in wait for yourself in caverns and forests. Only when you are going the way to yourself, and your way goes past yourself, and past your seven devils, you will be a heretic to yourself, and witch, and soothsayer, and fool, and doubter, and unholy one, and villain. Now you're trying to teach us stuff? Like this is supposed to be school? I waited over a year for this? I'm smashing that dislike button. Wait, now hold on.
It's my long-winded way of saying I got into my own head.
I created reasons not to call. Like I told myself that what she gave me was not her number, but a rejection hotline. Or that she was taking pity on me and would only talk to me because she felt sorry for me. I told myself that we were leagues apart and that it would be selfish to bring her down to my level. She never came to ask me why I never called her, and I used that as further justification that me not calling was the right thing. I don't have many regrets in life, but that is one of my biggest what-ifs. I guess the moral of this story, if there is one, is don't let fear hold you back. Act like you're sponsored by Nike or you're Shia LaBeouf, and just do it.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
I can't promise the result will always be good, but you'll grow from the experience, and you'll never have to ask yourself what if. So, this is my first storytime video. I know it took over a year, but life hit me like a road warrior. I also underestimated how long animatics take to make. I could probably speed up production of storytime videos if I use gray and white instead of full colors. I'll most likely even go with an even simpler style to save time. Let me know in the comments if that is what you would like to see, or if I should just stick with my current layout. To my 8 subscribers, thank you so much for sticking with me. I'm going to try to do better in the future, try to get these out faster. We'll see what happens. Finally, thanks to Chrissy for voicing the lines of Bianca for me. I'll let her say a few words.
Hey, this is Chrissy Kaida from Twin Error Cosplay. If you like what you saw, go ahead and check out my stuff on my Insta and my Facebook. See you there.
Well, until we meet again, beautiful friends, stay gold.